Your on-air automotive magazine with co-hosts Fred Staab and Les Jackson.
Control.
Everything you need to know about new and used cars.
Control.
Industry news. We'll fix or repair your car on the air.
Control.
Fasten your seatbelts and let us take the wheel. Now, your ride is about to begin.
Cruise control.
Because you're on cruise control. Cruise control. Cruise control.
And welcome to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Hello, everyone. It is Fred Staab and Les Jackson, and we are glad you're along for the ride. Right, Les?
We are certainly glad because we've got quite a ride, a trip ahead of us, and a bunch of things are happening that is sort of surprising.
Yeah. A lot happening, actually, including the Audi E-tron A6. They've been adding new models to the E-tron lineup pretty regularly, and this is another one that has been revealed this week. Also, the manufacturer says even though it brought out a new electric vehicle, it's not getting out of the internal combustion business. They're going to stay in it for quite some time. And another interesting point, Les, when you buy a new Audi in China, it will not have the Audi logo on it. So go figure.
Ooh. I don't know. That might be a sinister sign, but we'll see what happens. And over at Mazda, they show off the new 2025 CX90 and also start subscriptions for some features, something we've talked about before.
Yeah, that's right. There are a lot of people that are not big on the whole idea of subscriptions. And
Right.
For things like, remote start and other options like that. So
Yep.
we will talk about that. And it seems like it's a model the auto industry just will not give up, even though people don't like it, right?
That's right. And the latest one is roadside service.
So there you have it. So we'll talk
Yeah.
about that. And we'll also talk about more vehicles needing premium fuel, which means more expense at the pump, right?
That's right. If you have a turbocharged vehicle, it's highly likely you need to run or should run premium fuel in it. And then we have a guest don't we?
Yes,
Fred? We have a Maverick expert coming.
Yes, we do, because the Maverick got some big news this week, all-wheel drive hybrid, and the Lobo, the lowrider Lobo. So we're going to talk to Todd Eckert, who's the North American Truck Marketing Manager for Ford, and find out a little bit about these two brand new models of the Ford Maverick. What a big seller for this
Huge.
for this brand, for Ford. And it's only getting better. And frankly, it's great to see that they brought out the all-wheel drive hybrid because, hey, that's something people have been asking for a long, long time. And we're glad to see they did that. So it's all coming up on Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine with Fred Staab and Les Jackson. We will be right back.
Cruise control.
Hey, welcome back to Cruise Control. This is your on-air automotive magazine, and we are going to start off with the new Audi because it's a heck of a brand. And the new e-tron A6 is just, it's here. And it's really a very pretty car.
Absolutely. It absolutely is, Les. Adding to their e-tron collection.
Right.
I guess they would call this a they call it an upper mid-size segment, but really it is a large sedan. Although who knows, they might even call
Yeah.
it a coupe at this point.
Well, it looks coupe-ish.
Coupe-ish, yeah, by the way they define it today. Big horsepower on this, 543 on the Sportback. They call it a Sportback, which, yeah, some
Well,
people would call
okay.
a coupe. It's a big vehicle though. We don't have U.S. Range on this yet, but some of the preliminary numbers are around 400 miles for this.
Right, which is it's substantial,
Yeah,
and I'm
that is.
sure they'll offer greater range as an option.
Yeah, it is substantial. And so, this is another entry into the world of e-trons. Here we go. Time for our weekly press release speak. Evocative design, seamless exterior and interior architecture tailored to the occupants in terms of design and ergonomics. So,
Again, it's exactly what I was thinking. I do like the color names. Just a few of them: magnetic gray and plasma blue and typhoon gray.
yep.
Those are
Notice
neat names.
they have gone to the screen over by the passenger side, very much like
Right.
Mercedes has done. High-end electric vehicle. This is the pinnacle of electric vehicles, I think. Their whole e-tron lineup. High-end materials, high build quality, very aggressive bolsters on the seats, actually, for this.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that it has some really impressive handling.
And 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.9 seconds, which is
Right.
quite sporty to move you around with dynamic, elegant, and progressive bodywork. That's what it says in the. Yeah, I didn't
Listen, I
know
know.
bodywork was political, but apparently it is.
Apparently so. Although I will say it's a good description of the way it looks.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not hype.
It's not going to be cheap. I don't think. Do we have pricing on it? I would say this.
I'm checking right now.
I would
I'm
say
not.
this $100,000 vehicle,
I'm
probably.
thinking 100, certainly 90s, if not, if not more. I don't. It's a huge press release.
Yeah, they're not short on information on this, which is
That's
good.
right. Oh well, actually, the prices start at 75,600 euros.
Okay, so that's what about
And
80?
yes, and here we are. The price for the Avant is 101.
Okay. So, infotainment systems. It has a store for third-party apps integrated directly into the vehicle. I imagine that might be their own app store, or is that the Google Play Store? It's hard to
know.
tell.
Don't know.
Function on demand. It says function on demand. Subsequent expansion of vehicle functions. I don't know what that means. Software updates via over the air. That makes sense. An integration of GPT, which of course is AI. Chat GPT is AI. So that is integrated into the vehicle. So very high end, very good performance numbers, high price. But if you're looking for a premium electric vehicle that kind of has more of an internal combustion style on the inside, in other words, it's not just a big tablet or computer screen velcroed to the dashboard, then Audi e-trons are kind of for you, I would say.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is Audi this week said, well, we are bringing out these new e-trons, But we're not getting rid of the internal combustion engine anytime soon. At one point, they were going to get rid of it pretty quickly. That's no longer the plan. We'll tell you what's up when we come back on Cruise Control.
Cruise Control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Fred Staab and Les Jackson with you, and we are glad to be here. A lot going on in the automotive industry. We're discussing the Audi E-tron and an addition to their electric vehicle lineup. They've been doing that on a pretty regular basis. And now it comes out that, well, they said they were going to cut off electric vehicles, go only electric vehicles, I should say, by 2033. But now they are considering keeping electric vehicles around for quite some time, and they don't really have any cutoff date for them. Interesting, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole industry is going this way. And I think it's a good thing overall. People are being a bit, well, been taking our advice. We've been saying, hold off a little bit or buy a hybrid. Wait for things to settle out in the EV world. But so off they go. They're very good at making gasoline powered engines. They've been doing it for 100 years plus. So. And now in their words, they're saying they simply remaining flexible.
Okay, well, that means they want to build things that people want to buy.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like what a business does. If you're selling cars, you want to make the things that they want, right? So
that's right.
So, all right, well, that's interesting from Audi. One other interesting thing, I didn't quite understand this, but when Audi sells EVs and builds EVs for China, there's a report out this week that it won't have the four-ring logo, the typical logo that you see on the grille of every Audi, right? As you can see, everyone has that grille, those four intertwined circles. Well, they're saying when you buy an electric vehicle, Audi vehicle in China, that won't be there. And there's no real reason for this, but why would you not put your logo? What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe that logo means something in China that is that's not well liked. We have no idea.
It just says the German Volkswagen brand said it is due to brand image consideration. Boy, that is generic, right?
Well, okay.
What does that mean, right?
Well, that means kind of nothing.
I don't know what it means. But if anyone would like to comment on that, leave us a note on our social media platforms and think, why would Audi not put its logo on its electric vehicles in China? As you say, I think it might be that the interlinked circles mean something to somebody, mean something different.
I think they do mean something, which means they shouldn't be on any Audi vehicle.
Well, no, they mean something to somebody in China. Other than meaning the four companies that came together to form Audi, basically, right? So I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's talk about Mazda. Mazda brought out their CX90 for 2025 this week, and we have some more information on it. Pricing and packaging. Audi has been going. Mazda has been going with a lot of different models on a lot of different trim grades on all of their models. And it's the same thing for the CX90. Their full size, their largest SUV. They have Turbo Select, Turbo Preferred, Turbo Premium Sport, Turbo Premium Plus, Plug-in Hybrid Preferred, Premium Sport, Plug-in Hybrid Premium Plus, and Turbo S Premium, and Turbo S Premium Plus.
Man,
And that's about all.
that's all only.
That's all they have. That's all they have.
That's right.
So that,
which one of those do you want?
well,
I don't know.
they range in price from about $37,845 all the way up to $56,450.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty wide range. As you know, I know you always ask about Soul Red when it comes to Mazdas. Well, they have Soul Red Crystal Metallic. That is a $595 upcharge for that. But that is quite the range of vehicles, and plug-in hybrids, of course, are a big part of that range.
Yeah. I think we should let people know that if you're going to buy a new vehicle, almost all the colors that you want to choose are going to have an extra price of $495, $595, except maybe one or two. Usually they'll give you black and maybe a blue for free.
Yeah, depending on the model. Yep,
But the color you want
it's probably going to be an upcharge.
It's
But-
going to be an upgrade, and it's usually they're very they're either like an opalescent color,
Right.
or a candy apple. It's a
Yeah,
several multi-step process, and they're
tinted
charging
clear
for it.
coat. Yeah, tinted clear coat, which makes a
Yeah.
big difference in the look of the paint, but it also is some extra steps in production as far as doing that. So yeah, but it does look nice, and it's probably worth it when you buy a vehicle to
Yeah.
have it really stand out. I'm always a fan of cool color for sure. So. Other news from Mazda, they offered what they call their connected services back in 2019, and they gave people, this according to a article in Car Scoops, they gave the buyers a 3-year free or trial of these services, including things like remote start, remote unlocking, and the idea was that it's a 3-year trial. Well, the 3 years have now come and gone, and they're going to start charging $10 a month for things like remote start and remote keyless entry. Kind of a trend. We've seen this from other manufacturers. Not a popular trend with buyers, is it?
Well, not at all. You figure, well, I've spent all this money on the car, and I've got these nice but not necessary gadgets that I enjoy using, and now all of a sudden they want $10 a month, which is, that's $120 a year, and people are saying, I don't want to pay that. I shouldn't have to pay that. But
it's more of a principle thing. It's not like it's thousands of dollars a year. I believe this started with BMW, didn't they? They wanted to make heated seats something that you subscribe to, and the idea was, well, I don't put my heated seats on during summertime, so I can cut that out for the summer months and just get it ready to go when it gets colder.
That's right. And
So-
each time you want a heated seat, you put in 50 cents in the change slot.
Does it vibrate like the old
That's
hotel?
$1.
The massage seats, yeah. I like that, a coin slot. That would be, and then you have to take it to the dealer to have the coin cup.
Well, actually, it would have to
cleared
be a
out.
credit card. It would have to
Yeah,
be
a credit card reader. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better. Mercedes did this with rear steering, which is.
Yeah.
I mean, heated seats I would think, would have more of an appeal than rear steering. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting change in the auto industry. It's to generate income, but I'll be interested to see what the take rate on this is. How many people will go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I would I would love remote start, but I wouldn't pay for it
Yeah.
because how often am I going to use it?
All right.
Very rarely.
Well, coming up, Les, we are going to take a look at the new Ford Maverick for 2025. They listened to what people wanted and they gave it to them. They also gave them a very cool vehicle they weren't expecting, the Maverick Lobo. So we'll talk about that and more when we come back. Todd Eckert, truck marketing manager, is going to join us.
Cruise control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Fred Staab, Les Jackson, and we have Todd back with us from Ford. Todd, Todd Eckert, who is the marketing manager for North American Trucks. Ford sells a few trucks, don't they? And
yeah, we're proud of our trucks and all our loyal customers.
yes. And exciting news this week about the Ford Maverick for 2025. We've talked about this a lot, Les and I. People love the Maverick. Probably the only problem was they couldn't get enough of them or couldn't buy them easy enough. But what they really wanted was a hybrid model with all-wheel drive. And I remember everybody from the CEO of Ford on down said, hey, well, we don't have a problem with that. And now you can get it, right?
That's right. New for the 25 model year, Fred, we're bringing out our hybrid model. So the base offering on Maverick will be the front-wheel drive hybrid, but we're also bringing out now an all-wheel drive on that hybrid that our customers have asked for. And certainly one of the core tenets of Built Ford Tough is to listen to our customers and understand their needs. So bringing out that hybrid all-wheel drive is really exciting for us. And the really exciting part is the fuel economy you get with those engines. The front-wheel drive hybrid right now targeting, the EPA numbers aren't all the way in yet, but we're targeting 42 miles per gallon in the city and a range of 500 miles. And with the hybrid all-wheel drive that we're debuting, we're targeting 40 miles per gallon in the city.
Wow.
That's impressive, actually. If it's a truck.
And when you can put that with the versatility of a truck, that's really what Maverick's been able to do. The affordability, the fuel economy, and then the capability and versatility that come with a Built Ford Tough truck. It's really been exciting in the marketplace.
Now, Todd, were there any engineering challenges with building the hybrid Ford Maverick, hybrid Ford Maverick with all-wheel drive? I mean, because that's what everyone theorized. Oh, well, maybe they just can't build that,
Yeah, I mean, it was, from that perspective, I mean, certainly always there are challenges, but, that was something our engineers were able to work through. I think some of it a bit was timing as well, just in terms of what we were able to bring out from a Maverick perspective. But, in terms of it wasn't anything that we couldn't work through, and that our engineers have done a great job delivering, the quality and the durability and all the versatility that you'd come to expect with Ford trucks. But now to be able to do that in an all-wheel drive hybrid, we're really excited about that. So it was really just more timing in terms of terms of launch and cadence and things of that nature, as opposed to any, specific challenge that, we couldn't work through. The engineers have done a great job with it.
Will there be any kind of production delays that where people will have to wait a longer period for the hybrids, or do you already have the capacity for that?
Yeah, early on, as Fred mentioned last, we had some challenges and people had to wait certainly a little bit longer than we would have liked. But those are things we've worked through from a capacity perspective. And right now, the Maverick. Base Maverick will debut and be in dealerships in late 2024, and the Maverick Lobo version will be out in early 2025. And we're working hard to make sure that we can meet the demand that is out there for our Maverick, whether it's the hybrid all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, our EcoBoost 2.0 liter.
We are talking with Todd Eckert from Ford about the Maverick, the 2025 Maverick, as we just mentioned, that the hybrid all-wheel drive version is available. The good thing about this too, Todd, is 4,000. You can get the optional towing package and 4,000 pounds of towing on the hybrid, right? Which is pretty amazing.
That's exactly right. So, one of the key elements we want to do is from a Built for Tough truck, give our customers the capability they need and expect. The base Maverick has 2,000 pounds of towing, and you can put that 4,000 K tow package on there, and that is available with the all-wheel drive hybrid as well. We thought that was very important to have that level of towing capability for our customers who need it.
Yeah, you think about that, Les. You can easily tow a travel trailer with that. I know you had some pictures with a small Airstream.
Right.
You can tow a boat with that. Yeah, motorcycles. Right. Yeah, so it's real useful capability. Now, on the inside, you've done some things as well to the Maverick. I think Todd froze a little bit there.
There he is.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Todd. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that, Fred. Yeah, what you're showing now on the screen, that 13.2-inch screen is standard on all Mavericks. So we're really excited about that. We've also done on the interior as well some freshening of our colors and materials, and the technology that we'll now have standard in Maverick. We're really excited about. New Sync 4 comes. Really, the important thing there is we're cutting the cord. Now you'll have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Audio, enhanced voice recognition as well. And then we have a 5G LTE modem. The really key thing here is now it'll be able to allow us to provide over-the-air updates, software updates that come over the life of the ownership cycle with Maverick. We'll be able to deliver those with the 5G LTE modem standard in all Mavericks.
Yeah, that is amazing. Do they pay a monthly fee for that 5G?
You pay not for the 5G modem itself, Fred, but you'd pay like if you want to do Wi-Fi hotspots or connected navigation or some of those enhancements, there would be additional subscriptions there. But for the base 5G modem to deliver the over-air updates, that comes standard.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and people,
no
coin
slots.
yeah, no coin slots. We were talking about coin slots for subscriptions.
Well, I was, it just gave me such a good idea to do that just for the heck of it.
Unless,
I had to throw that one in there, Les.
we should share a story with our audience. We were telling Todd about a friend of ours that bought a Maverick, right? Les?
Our friend, he just for the heck of it. This is when the Mavericks first were announced. He went ahead online and put in the order. He got in line to place an order. So he wasn't really sure he wanted a new truck. He has about a 12-year-old GMC pickup with not a whole lot of miles. But anyway, he did it. So sure enough, the Maverick came in. This was a year ago. And no, 2 years ago, right? Yeah, 2 years ago. And he went ahead to the dealership and he paid, when everything had an upsell on him, he paid MSRP plus tax and drove out the door with it. And we went to lunch and came back to his house. And the phone, he got emails were coming, the phone was ringing, and a dealership from Kentucky, and I won't mention the name, said, "We understand you have a Maverick, and we want to buy it." And my friend said, "Well, how much are you offering?" And they were offering $10,000 more. And this is so. Sure enough, a day and a half or 2 days later, they showed up and gave him a bank check for the money and went off with it. It was just bizarre.
He put about 3 miles on it?
Well, maybe 20 miles. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, there was such excitement generated from Maverick, Les, and that was something that we were very proud of, and that you would have demand like that. And as you mentioned before, Fred, some of it, the Maverick for us was a go fast program in the 22 model year. We wanted to meet the needs of our customers, and so in terms of capacities and all the content that we wanted to have, those were things that we kind of built over time. But we've learned a lot in terms of the marketplace and what our customers want and need and expect, and we're really excited about bringing out the new 25 model year Maverick.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other before we get into the Lobo, which we'll do after the break, which is a very special model. Any other things you want to point out, Todd, on the 2025 Maverick? We talked about all-wheel drive hybrid. We talked about the infotainment.
New towing tech as well, Fred. So we're really excited bringing things like Pro Trailer Hitch Assist and Pro Trailer Backup Assist products and features that we have on some of our F-Series trucks. We'll now be bringing to Maverick as well, the 360-degree as well, which gives you that bird's eye, will be available on the 25 Maverick as well. So bringing some of that technology that helps utilize the capability that we've built into Maverick even better and more efficiently and effectively. It's really what we strive to do with Built for Tough trucks, and we're bringing that home with Maverick even more in 25 model year as well.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to take a look at a factory lowrider version of the Maverick called the Lobo. So stay tuned. Todd Eckert will stick with us. I'm Fred Staab. He's Les Jackson. We will be right back.
Cruise Control.
Welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. It's Fred Staab and Les Jackson and Todd Eckert, North American Truck Marketing Manager for Ford. We've been talking about the 2025 Ford Maverick. This has been a huge hit for Ford, and it's only getting better. We liked how Ford listened and brought out that hybrid, all-wheel drive hybrid, but now we're going to move on to a different vehicle, a different model of the Maverick, and that is the Lobo. And we should start, Todd, by saying there's a whole customizing community that has grown up around Maverick. We were talking during the break, people go out and they're taking like the gauge clusters from Ford Escapes and putting them in the Maverick, and people were doing some digital printing of parts and pieces for the interior. So it's kind of exciting, and you kind of picked up on that, and you've done something very similar with the Lobo, but now with a factory warranty, right?
That's exactly right, Fred. We kind of saw what was happening. People were customizing their Mavericks, even though it just came out in 22 model year. And then really it's a combination. I think back to, the mid 1980s and into the early 2000s, this lower sport truck was a thing. And we saw some of that coming back as well in the tuner market and with autocross. And so it's really a combination. The Maverick Lobo represents kind of a street performance version of Maverick, and one that we thought, with kind of what people were customizing, gives them the opportunity to get, a lowered look, more aggressive, a unique grille, some performance attributes that we'll certainly talk about. But then to get that all with the exacting standards of Built for Tough trucks and how we test our trucks, and the factory warranty for many people, we think that's a real benefit and plus as well. So it's really that total package.
The factory warranty obviously is very important. I don't think I would customize something that I've just bought until the warranty is over. I assume you have a bunch of accessories that you offer for this, because obviously you've anticipated this very thing.
Well, I think really, the focus for us, Les, was to provide that street performance look and then attributes as well, kind of in the base Maverick Lobo. We offer a base and then a higher version, which has a little bit more of the luxury features that some customers like. And there's certainly opportunity to accessorize Maverick in general. And we think others they may add on, but we really feel like the base offering from a Maverick Lobo perspective will deliver on that street performance, the lowered look. We have a black painted roof. We'll have some interior will be unique stitching and other elements based on kind of street fashion and urban fashion, streetwear, things of that nature. And then performance that we've added, it's based on our 2-liter EcoBoost gas engine, and it is all-wheel drive, and it has a 7-speed transmission, so it gives you great performance right there. But then there's a variety of things we've engineered so that in an autocross environment, the Maverick Lobo will fit extremely well.
Yeah, it is recreating the mini truck phenomenon that, as you said, happened, I guess, 80s, 90s. I'm not quite sure when. But that was definitely a thing. Now, you use you kind of take a page from the customizers. I know this vehicle, there was a lot of customized Mavericks at the SEMA show, and that was kind of an influence for Ford to do this. But what are some of the great parts and pieces that have come from the Ford lineup that made their way into the Maverick Lobo?
Yeah, and you're referring to the Tucci street version of Maverick that we had in SEMA, I believe, in like 2021.
Yeah.
And so we've been thinking about what the possibilities of Maverick could be from a street performance standpoint. But from a performance perspective, Fred, as you mentioned, for instance, we wanted larger and more enhanced brakes. So we looked to the Focus ST in Europe, where we leveraged that technology. In addition to that, we've got a twin clutch rear drive, which enables torque vectoring. It has performance-tuned steering and on-road tuned suspension and shocks. As we mentioned, the ride height is lowered about 0.8 inches, and we've also added an upgraded cooling system, a larger radiator, and a larger fan, and those come directly from the 4K towing package that we offer on Maverick. So it was really about putting those kinds of things together to deliver that performance that we think will set Maverick Lobo apart.
Yeah. We are talking with Todd Eckert, North American Truck Marketing Manager for Ford. Les, you probably, I would think, would be more of a hybrid all-wheel drive guy, I have to say.
I would be the hybrid guy. However, with the Lobo, I think if I had one, I would have to do a paint scheme on the outside.
or a wrap of some kind, right?
Well, no, probably, I would want to maybe paint flames or scallops or
well, the one thing, Les, I think would be perfect for you, and we see it here on this closed course environment. One of the unique things we have with Maverick Lobo as well is what we're calling our Lobo mode. It's a unique drive mode specific to Maverick Lobo, leveraging all the performance. And essentially what it does is it helps us improve cornering performance, grip, stability, and helps minimize understeer and performance like you're showing here in this autocross footage. But we, again, think something that leverages all the performance attributes of Maverick Lobo very uniquely.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Handles well. Very well.
Hey, just turn engineers loose on this stuff, and they certainly have fun. Right?
They really do, and we're really proud of that. Les and Fred, is that our engineers do a great job, and it's that continuous innovation that's a cornerstone of Built Ford Tough. So we take a great product like Maverick and now extend it into a new way with Maverick Lobo, and we couldn't be more excited. And we're also on the other side also introducing and adding some upgrades to our Tremor package in the off-road world. So now we'll have one pedal drive, and we're adding the 360-degree camera into our Tremor. It'll now be a series instead of a package, and we're really excited about that balance between Streetman with Maverick Lobo and Maverick Tremor on the off-road side.
We should also, just as a little bit of fun trivia and history, the Lobo name actually was started by Ford in Mexico, because you had the F-150, but you wanted to kind of differentiate it as, okay, this is not just a utility truck to throw your ladders and stuff on. This is the Lobo model was to show it as, hey, you could use it as an everyday vehicle, nicer seats, nicer wheels, that type of thing. And that they actually will build F-150s in the U.S. that will have a Lobo logo on it because they're headed to Mexico, right?
That F-150 Lobo is something that we still continue to sell in the Mexico market only. But really for us, the Lobo name, although there is some rare Mexico, it was really about this idea of the wolf and the strength and nimbleness of the wolf, and also just in terms of its profile, we felt fit really, really well, translated into what we wanted Maverick Lobo to be.
Yeah, interesting stuff, right, Les?
It is cool. It is cool. And of course, is the warranty any different? It wouldn't be, right, for the Lobo?
No, it's the same base warranty that we offer on our vehicle and our powertrains, Les.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it just
a starting MSRP of $35,000 on the Maverick Lobo, we think is really hits the value portion of the market as well, and our base Maverick starts at $26,925. So again, really delivering the affordability from an MSRP perspective our customer expects.
And what's the pricing on the all-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive on the hybrid?
On the hybrid, let's see. On the front wheel drive, it is $26,295 is the XL front wheel drive, and then I'm not exactly sure. I think it's roughly $1,000, somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 higher from an MSRP perspective. So still very affordable for that all wheel drive model.
All right. Well, thanks, Todd Eckert. Time for us to say we'll see you down the road.
Right.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Les.
Thank you, Todd. That goes fast. It just goes fast.